Hello, good people. I'm Aniphils, your resident Aniphile, here to give you your fix of anime philosophy. Today, guys, I just want to react to My Hero. As you know, we are on our final season of My Hero. Like, this has been my favorite anime for about a decade now. I know I haven't been doing reactions, but I don't know. I'm getting a little nostalgic and kind of a little sentimental now that My Hero's about to end. So without further ado, let's get into it.
あの日吹いた一陣の風は大きな戦いを経てこの世界にどのような影響をもたらすのか引き続き予報を続けてまいります。
Hey guys, if you could just drop in the comments like where you were when My Hero started and where are you now in your life now that My Hero is at its end. Just because I know like when I first was watching My Hero, when I first was introduced one of my best friends to this anime, I was a freshman in college, and now I am currently working, have a career, don't have a family yet, but hopefully soon. But it's like for many years this has just been such a pivotal part of like my life in terms of like it's me watching and drawing inspiration from how Midoriya behaves as a hero, because it's like from the very beginning, this man is acted like a hero, powers or none. And it's been an amazing journey just to see where he's ended up. And so yeah, we're just gonna continue this, but if you could just drop in the comments, if you'd be so kind. So yeah, it's pretty cool what's going on. So we actually have some people from the United States, some heroes from the United States that actually came over to actually help with the restoration project of what Shigaraki and All for One, Shigaraki All for One, had decimated of Japan. So they're saying that the project is gonna actually be expedited and be a lot more quick and speedy than if it was just the citizens of Japan working to make things go back to how they were infrastructure wise. Let's continue.
元には戻らないですね。手術前にもお伝えしましたが、これが最善です。我々も彼の活躍を見ておりますゆえ、手は尽くしました。で、形は整えましたが、リハビリで動くようになるかは明言できません。どんなきついリハビリだろうがやってやんでいます。
So this is pretty cool just because it's just showing Bakugo's growth. Like I know he's talking about how his arms are injured from repeatedly using his quirk and being in the condition that he was. But pretty much he's referring to Deku, pretty easy callback, and how much Deku has injured himself over the course of My Hero. Because it's like if any of you guys remember like the memes and kind of jokes about Deku like early on, like season 1, season 2, they used to call him paper mache Deku because he was just breaking his bones and stuff like that. So Bakugo was pretty much saying if he could do it, if he could go through that prolonged grievous injuries over and over again, I could do it too, and this man didn't even have a quirk. He started from ground zero, no quirk, and this like my arms, being what they are, I can just work through it. Like sign me up when can I do physical therapy? For you guys who have ever been through physical therapy actually feels like torture. Some of the exercises that they teach you are so mind numbing. Oh my god, I can remember when I injured my shoulder, it was so boring. And I had to keep going. And even after you go, you come from doing like you transition from doing physical therapy with your physical therapist, you have to keep doing the exercises and rehabbing it, independently. And yeah, let's just say not a fun process. And for those of you who've messed up your body, broken bones, had sprains, stuff like that, you know what I'm talking about. But let's continue. We basically saw that a lot of heroes were in it for very selfish reasons, money, fame, power, stuff like that. And we also kind of was a society and not regarded, not seen, mistreated, misunderstood. Maybe if they had a quirk that wasn't seen as a heroic quirk. And it's like we even saw this referencing going back to Tango Shigaragi's backstory is like pretty much it's like if even though All for One manipulated the course of this man's life so severely that he ended up in the situation he was in, if you just had more kind people right around Shigaragi or somebody that's extended their hand out and actually nurtured this man, looked out for this man, told him it wasn't his fault, that things were going to get better, gave him some hope, then maybe Shigaragi would have never been created, right? And I'm not saying like his new vessel or body, I'm talking about like the person he ultimately became. But I think that All Might hit it on the head is like you changed him, right? You spoke to the crying boy in him, you spoke to his inner child, and you allow him to stand up for his ideals and kind of die with some dignity. Unlike what All for One was trying to do to him, he's pretty much trying to strip him of everything. You just saw him as like a puppet, a vessel for himself and his own selfish agendas. But yeah, I'm gonna let it keep rocking out. That is wild. Like, what is going on? Did the doctor just tell you to sit down? Like, how are you even up moving? Like, the fact that his mom was like, these big seasons, I could say season 1, he was still rejecting them. Season 2, part B is when the admiration started to really come out, when Deku started to really understand how to channel One for All and useful calling and stuff like that. It was like more of the aberration that Kachan felt in terms of like Deku actually being his rival was starting to come out, and the fact that he was learning and growing as a result of being in direct competition with Deku, right? We can't even go back to like the last season when we thought this man was going to die and how his quirk evolved and he could tap into that because it's like he didn't want to get left behind. He kept seeing Deku work so hard to become the type of hero he wanted to be. And so it's like it always kept him on his game, iron sharpens iron. So it's like for him, it's like he's losing that inspiration, right? And he doesn't know how to process that. And because he has accepted, all the things from their childhood, he's in a position where the only thing he feel like he can do is cry. Because it's like, bro, like after everything, we was in the trenches together. After everything is like, you back to zero? Yeah, that's emotional. Like, guys, he must like for real character development wise. This man gotta go in the top 15, top 10 character development, right? Because it's like from the fiery, explosive. I don't give a fuck about anybody's feelings or how I'm moving. Person who we thought was going to turn into a villain, thought the villains, the League of Villains was going to flip this man. He has become such a humble dude and honest and open. And I don't know, like it's hitting different. It's hitting different to see Bakugo in this element. And obviously, I would say over the course of like the last 3 to 4 seasons, like it was pretty evident, that he was growing and changing. But it's just like this feels like such a full circle moment, for them specifically because it's like for real, for the longest time, Bakugo was the only one that was in on the secret that Deku had one for all, had all these quirks, received it from All Might, right? So it's just like I don't know, it's just hitting different, and it's like to witness, I would say a person that I don't know that you would see as like a natural talent and arrogant and conceited and all these things kind of get to the point where he's just like being very vulnerable and emotionally expressive is a lot. It's a big change, big paradigm shift. Then also namely in a chokehold, like I feel like it's a pretty obvious answer in a sense, but it's like I don't know. I just want to see what people would say in terms of like how or like I guess the better question would if you were a part of 1A, right, and you knew Aoyama and all this stuff came out, how would you perceive Aoyama? Would you still want to be friends with him? Would you accept him? Would you always see him as a snake? Like what would be your mindset towards him and his growth? And would you be able to accept him open arms, or would you still kind of be standoffish?
僕は一斉最大コントロールをだからここでサプライズ A 組の新メンバーさん
入りづら
できたなすげえこれも正式なコントロールだ
Aoyama said, whoa, where my attention is, girl? I told y'all about the dip interview too. You know what I'm saying? Like, what my chopped liver? Well, girl, daddy, hold up.
一回死を味わわせるってね怖かった
おいふわ、もういいよ、行け。
So I don't know if you guys got that, but pretty much this is Azawa's former student. You remember when Azawa was talking about expelling students, and this was in season 1, right? I believe that Azawa told 1A about this when they were doing the throwing ball training exercise, and he was talking about potentially expelling Izuku if he couldn't get his powers together without breaking limbs. So yeah, this man said this man said it's not a tourist attraction, but at the same time, all his life, all he wanted was to be a tourist attraction for his dad. He just wanted such a sad, like kind of dark humor, because it's like on one end, it's like, no, I don't want y'all to see me like this, but it's like my whole life I just was attention deprived. I just wanted you to see me. I just wanted you to acknowledge me, spend time with me, be here with me, train me, show me some attention, show me some affection. The great TikTok song right now, love me, oh baby, that's what Fabio right now.
しに来たんだ。どうや俺ヒーローエンデバーは焼かれて死んだ。お前の炎は誰よりも強かった。
そうか、ご愁傷様。ことが済んでからへつらうな。
But I just honestly can't do nothing but respect the fact that he's stepping forward and accepting what he did, as a terrible father, as a negligent parent, does that absolve him of anything? No, but it's like, I think that like, you gotta respect the man for fully acknowledging his part, what he did, how he messed up,
毎日見続けている。
Yo, why y'all hitting me in the feelings like this? I ain't come for this. I mean, yeah, I did come for this because I signed up to watch my hero, but golly, like, whew, like, a scene that will never be. And I was on TikTok and I saw a couple people like kind of saying that like Dabi, Toya, he deserves order that, like, and then ultimately what he became was a direct result of the type of father Endeavor was. And that's not to say that Dabi had to be a villain and do what he did. He has to take ownership for his part in not correcting the toxicity himself, right? But it's like when you are a person that has never truly, I feel like been parented in a way where you feel seen, appreciated, loved, and you were pretty much just staving out from not receiving attention and affection, and so you go to these extreme lengths, and it's like pretty much it's like, oh, this man had daddy issues bad, and it's just like him not being able to have that relationship and connection with his father. It ended up ruining him, mentally, psychologically, and then burning and dying to death. That didn't do him any favors either. And I think that it put him in a weird position where it's like you ever mess up so bad that you just don't know how to go back or restart or try to put the tracks back on the road. I feel like that's what happened with Dabi. And unfortunately, you really at the point of no return, just wasting away waiting to die at this point. Really tragic.
ジョシュあまりに遅すぎたけれど、話そう。ぶつけてくれ。
I ain't gonna lie, hearing this man laboredly breathing, wanting to talk but not being able to talk, and like being in a state of this being overwhelmed. Like this, I don't know, like this is sad, like it's like nothing he can do different. It's nothing he can do different. Like he here now, we're here now, we are at the ground zero, bar none. Like it's cooked. Literally, he's cooked. And fuck, this is sad,
同じだ。
man. That's crazy. So y'all whole lives, y'all talk about tragic heroes. Dabi is a tragic villain. Because this is, and to think that all from one weaponized individuals, just like this, mobilized them. They were pretty much tossed out and treated like trash by, pretty much everybody in society, or didn't feel like they had a place to go, or they did something wrong, so now they just didn't know how to readjust to society. Is like put in a position where it's like they do things that they can't take back. Yeah, I don't know if or let me show my face. You might just call me toxic for this one, but I don't always agree with Natsu's stance on things. Like, I get it. Your father was abusive, mentally, verbally, socially, in terms of how he separated you guys. But I feel like as an adult, like, I would just need my time, and then I would be able to talk to my dad. But it's like the whole no contact thing. I ain't really a fan of it. But for people who are fans of no contact, I guess I can understand it. And not to talk about it like that, because I understand it's real circumstances that put people in a position where it's like they want to go no contact, because it's like it's very traumatic to be in contact with somebody that abused you or messed up so horribly. I also believe in forgiveness, so it's like I guess that from that stance I can't necessarily rock with Natsu's decision completely, but I can understand and respect it to a certain extent, in the sense that it's like your feelings are justified. I just don't think personally I'll be able to carry Natsu's stance on. But let's continue.
一生かけて続けていく。
初めてだよ。お父さんのことかっこいいって思えたの。
I go, Cat, my man Shoto, definitely, he the man for real. Like, he's able to embrace the love in a way that Dabi never had the opportunity to. I don't even think that with the League of Villains he even experienced that love. Like, I feel like his vengeance and his vendetta superseded everything. But yeah, that's my reaction, guys. I want to thank you guys for staying tuned and actually listening to me. But I just had to do a reaction because I just love my hero too much, and honestly, it's like I said, for it to be going away hurts my heart. So I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. If you want more reactions like this, please like, share, comment, subscribe, lock in with me. Because I would really like to build a community of people who love watching anime like me and who like talking about my hero. But until next time, I'm Aniphils, your resident Aniphile, and this has been your reaction.